This is very interesting. This is Aristotle on the nature of what the brain is. He said this is in his treatment on the parts of animals. This is chapter 7. From the marrow, meaning the bone marrow, of course, we pass on in natural sequence to the brain. For there are some who think that the brain itself consists of marrow, and that it forms the commencement of that substance, because they see that the spinal marrow is continuous with it. Isn't it interesting to note that the spinal, they know about bone marrow, and they note that the spinal column extends all the way up and goes into the brain, and clearly they're not aware of the nervous system yet, so they don't know that there's nerves in there that are connecting to the brain, and the fact that they're correct about the kind of being the contiguous nature of something going on there, but they don't realize it's nerves, and they think it's bone marrow of all things. And what's even more astonishing to me is that they don't understand that the brain is the seat of thinking, consciousness, all this. Where do they think that thoughts are happening? Because we take it so for granted, for example, that at least that what I'm doing right now, this cogitation is taking place right behind my eyes, and that the rest of this infrastructure is just supporting all of that activity. Where did the ancients think that all that was happening if they didn't realize that the brain was what was going on? And this is the second time that Aristotle has kind of been unimpressed by the brain. He also thought it was the place that was responsible to cool things down. That the heart was the source of heat, and the brain was the source of coldness. But I just can't get over the idea of living in a world where I'm thinking, but not realizing that where those thoughts are coming from, yet being not too much swayed by, I guess he was. Because Plato was his teacher, and Plato talked about the perfect forms. So I guess they would have been swayed by supernatural ideas, or fantastical ideas at least. Anyway, carrying on. Take care.